What's going on? This is grind mode here. And what I wanted to do is take an opportunity to speak to independent artists that's out here on your grind, doing the things that you feel you need to do to be able to, make it in this music business, right? So that's everybody's goals. They want to, I want to get to the bag. I want to be able to I want to be able to make it. So I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity to speak to you all in regards to some of the disconnects I see that makes that process more challenging. For artists. Great work is being created, man. Great artists are going in and creating some tremendous pieces of work, collaborating with producers, getting really quality music. However, first disconnect is the finish. Artists are not investing in a quality mixdown. You're relying on computer programs to, do your mixes. Don't want to necessarily sacrifice the budget that it takes for a quality sound engineer to handle your mixdown. So you pay for, a producer who has a program to, electronically master your record, convert them into wave files or whatever the case may be, but you're not getting that sonically correct sound. And for the average fan who is a fan of music, the first thing that they connect to is the emotion in the record. And the emotion in the record is created by the sound engineers who have the ability to take your vocals, which is a sound, and blend it perfectly to the production, which is a sound. And that quality, that marriage is what gives you that feel that people listen to music look for. And that feeling is what they relate to. And that feeling is what gets them to relate to the artist. So it's very, very hard to get that connection when your quality is bad. You're not recording in a quality studio. You're not recording on quality equipment. Think just because you have some soundproofing in a room, a very expensive microphone and maybe a condenser, that you're able to get that audio output. What sounds good on your phone and sounds good in your computer does not sound good in the club. Doesn't sound good on radio. It doesn't sound good, with wattage, when the music is amplified. And a lot of times that's the thing that keeps DJs from playing the music in the club, because with a DJ, when they play music, that music is reflective to that DJ and in the club that they're working in. And so that DJ has to be connected to the audience. And so in the event that the DJ plays your music and your music is not sonically correct and it doesn't have that final mix that's needed and the people can't connect to it, the people in the club don't say, oh, that artist is whack. They say, oh, that DJ is whack, right? And so now that DJ's job, because he's hired to do a job, that DJ's job is now in jeopardy. And so, if that DJ's clearing the floor and not playing quality music that people can, relate to and feel and enjoy, that's what they're going out for. They're going out for enjoyment. They're going out to have a good time, have some drinks, have some food, socialize, with their network, with their peers, with their friends, family, whatever the case may be, and listen to music that they can, be entertained by. And if your music isn't reaching that, then you're not going to get that response. You're not going to get that engagement. You're not going to get that look. Also, artists, you're completely missing the importance of independent media. You're missing the importance of media, like overall. Media is very, very important to the growth of an artist. What you have to understand is that the media is the liaison between your work as an artist and the fans, right? So the fans turn to the media to see what's going on, who they can connect to, who they can relate to. And they do it through the stories. They do it through the interviews, publications, magazines, Having that press is important. And there's no greater resource than a person with a camera that's willing to sit down and do an interview with you, play your music, allow you to get up in front of the camera and show your showmanship, and be able to bring that to life. Because again, you were talking about connecting to people. And for an artist who wants to be paid for a performance, working with club owners and promoters, the very first thing they're going to want to see is whether or not they have an opportunity to get a ROI, a return on their investment. If a club owner or promoter believes that they can get a return on their investment for your art, for your music, they will gladly pay you to come perform in their venues. And they will put together the street teams and the flyers, pay for the radio advertisements and everything that's necessary to draw people into that building. But the draw is you as an artist. The draw is that artist itself. Of course, sometimes they package it up with other cool events, birthday parties, free giveaways, drink specials, so forth and so on, to try to entice other people who may not be familiar with you to come out and enjoy themselves for that night. But the draw is you as an artist. So if you don't have that fan base, if you don't have those individuals willing to get up out of their house and spend $10, $15, $20 to come see you perform live, then you're doing yourself a terrible disservice by thinking you deserve paid for your shows. Contrary to popular belief, artists that are signed to major record labels, their first tour out is a tour supported promo, right? Tour supported promo, which means the record labels allocate a fund for that artist to go out on tour on a couple dates, promotionally, to promote this artist and their music. Okay. Which means that artist isn't getting paid for that. All right. Until they build up that fan base and that notoriety and that recognition that's going to bring them in. So we look at, the resources, right? So I'm not one to focus on the problem, I'm one to focus on the fix. So the fix to the problem between the artist and the fan is the media. All right. So what you've been seeing us doing at Grind Mode Music Worldwide is connecting with media outlets that are open to working with independent artists to be able to give you that exposure. Show your talent. Show that you can spit. Show that you can rap. Show that you can sing. We got platforms like Can I Get a 16 that gives you that opportunity. Do you have quality content? Do you have, a story? Do you have something that people can relate to and need to hear? We have GC Live for that. Grind City Live. We have the Go Live TV hour that gives you an opportunity to share your music, your videos, tell your story, and show your showmanship by giving you an opportunity to perform. So these resources are available, artists. I'm hoping that you take heed to, our conversation this evening and really, put forth some effort into connecting with your fans. And using independent media to do so. So if you're interested, you can get in contact with us. We could plug you into radio. We could plug you into interviews. We could plug you into magazines. All these things are opportunities for artists to be able to get that additional exposure. So grindmodemusic.com, it all begins there. DM us, hit us on social media, or email us at info@grindmodemusic.com.